Rise and shine, you guys. We are here August the 20th. It is Wednesday, Mercury's day. In transit today for the 20th, we've got the moon in Cancer ingressing into Leo at 7:17 p.m. I'm seeing here the moon with a conjunction over to Venus, a quintile over to Mars Libra, squared over to Chiron, semi-sextile over to the Sun in Leo, trined over to Saturn and to Neptune in Aries, sextile to Uranus in Gemini, and in opposition later on when we hit the moon in Leo over to Pluto in Aquarius in retrograde. All right. Let's see overall where we are right now. Let's see. All right, so we're at 18, no, not 18, 23 degrees. 23 degrees and 30 minutes of this moon in Cancer. Let's take a look at the 24th degree. A woman and two men on a bit of a sunlit land facing south. Harmonization. So harmonious relationships occur only when we reconcile intellectual, emotional, and spiritual realities within ourselves. So it says the emotional, mental, and spiritual aspects of personality need to be held in harmonious accord if there is to be sustainable, balanced joy throughout life. In each moment, a new reality is emerging, and for us to create the best outcome, we have to bring these forces of our being into blended, interdependent relationships. Then, in turn, our relationships with people will blend into harmony. All right, so this is within ourselves that we are working on this harmonization. All right, let's get into Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Rise and shine, you guys. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. 7:51 on the clock. It's barely almost 8. We're at the top of the morning, so we're probably at like planetary hour of the moon right now. Heavy on this energy of comfort, surrounding yourself by those that are closest to you, inner healing, lots of heavy subconscious energies. Let's see what's going on. I see Mercury in Scorpio with extremism. All right, so there could be Moon in Capricorn and Mercury in Aries. That doesn't look good. The Moon in Capricorn at its detriment. There's a lot of restlessness, a lot of extremism in the energy today. I wonder why. It's coming through as communicating from an emotional space with Mercury and the moon being here in the 10th house. All right, let's see. This could be coming through from an authority figure. All right, let's see what's happening here. Something having to do with fulfillment, taking a risk, and convention. I would imagine there's some sort of like responsibilities in the energy. I keep seeing the 1st house and the 10th house. This has a lot to do with self and your reputation, your public image. All right, taking a risk can mean a lot of different things if you're trying to fulfill something. Let's see what this is. Listen to your intuition with Mercury and Cancer here and what you've been devoted to. All right, that's where you're going to get a sense of harmony. All right, so again, harmonization in the relationships that only occur when reconciling intellectual, emotional, and spiritual realities within ourselves first. All right, so the way that something is being communicated is coming off a bit restless, a bit extreme. And this could be doing something in your practical life in which you feel you're disciplined enough to do something to fulfillment. All right, but there's this risk of your public image or something being distorted. So it's like, use your intuition and remain devoted to whatever does keep you feeling in a harmonious state. All right, there's a decision that has to be made overall, and you feel defensive. All right, and it could be that you feel inspired by something, but you feel that overall that inspiration is being led to you having to remain in isolation, which is okay because it's still shining with the sun in Taurus with acquisition here. All right, so whatever you're acquiring here and whatever you are bringing harmony into your life with, it could be something more so creative or tapping base with anything involving like your love life. All right, I feel like Taurus's energy is so soft and comforting, and has a lot to do with your values overall. All right, let's get into tea leaf. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. So Mercury's energy definitely having to do with the intellect. All right, Mars's energy wants action. Saturn shows discipline, perseverance, and ambition. All right, what else do we have out here? We've got Venus's energy out here overall. All right, and then we've got the moon as well, so emotions are involved. It says a period of frustration and a lesson to be learned, okay? So what's this period of frustration all about? Because I definitely see it coming through with like restlessness and the extremism. Very first two cards that came out in connection to something in your practical life. It says successful outcome to your problem. All right, I'm seeing the key here. Oh. There could be some sort of disappointments in a friend and or a lover. All right. December could be of significance. I'm seeing Sagittarius and Capricorn energies. Temporary situation. There's something to do here with the home as well. I see the key and I see a tent. All right. It says you'll be taken care of in difficult times. So a home could be an issue because it's definitely coming off where something feels impulsive and extreme in your practical life. Anything in your practical life is going to be either a workplace, all right? If it's like a home-based career, if it has anything to do with children, your foundation. I just feel that, hold on, this is like flying out here. We got an older man climbing towards success, recognition for reward and merit, a period of ill health and or depression. You will be receiving a precious gift. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, something having to do with family matters. That's what I'm saying. It has something to do with your foundation. All right, like saying you're gonna be taken care of in difficult times. There's the key here that's gonna help you overcome your problem in connection to this temporary situation. You could be disappointed in a friend or lover that's keeping you frustrated, and it's involving a Sagittarius and or Capricorn. So this older man's energy is coming through, I would imagine, to help you climb to success so that you receive recognition and reward from merit in connection to what's making you feel like you have ill health or depression. You're going to be given whatever this gift is. All right. So again, if there's a decision that has to be made and you're on the defense, whatever is requiring for you to be more inspirational, it's like it's saying just remain in isolation right now so you can focus on your intuition and staying devoted to that, and creating some sort of harmonious energy in your vibe overall if you do feel frustrated. So I brought great worry over nothing. All right, like don't worry about the situation. It's not a big deal. I've got the Nest card here. An emotional, secure, loving family is important to you. So if this happens to be with family matters this morning, keep harmony in the vibe. All right, there's no reason to get pissed off. Let's just let this energy fly by and see what the rest of the day holds for us, because we do got some positive energies today. All right, it doesn't look like anything is too crazy right now. Let's take a look at, I want to see transits again. So did we see the conjunction to Venus already? Let's take a look. So Venus is currently at, let's see, what's going on here? 1 second. Oh, that's why. Okay. 1 second, guys. Welcome in, you guys. So it looks like we're currently in this conjunction of Venus in Cancer. We're at 23 degrees, 35 minutes. Venus in Cancer is at 23 degrees and 49 minutes. So we're like minutes away from it. All right, we'll probably feel it in this reading for it to be the heaviest. All right, Venus in Cancer's energy overall. Let's see. This speaks about birth. All right, it says the birth of a child, an adoption, or an increase in the family, some sort of celebration of an anniversary and or a reunion with childhood friends. All right, so that conjunct the energy of the moon in Cancer has a heavy connection to like friendship. All right, so if you're disappointed in this friend and or lover or whatever it is that's in your practical life, there's asking that you remain in harmony. All right, let's see. So I've got the sun in Cancer. You could be very resourceful around the home environment. All right, again, a very loving, secure family could be important to you. Foundation could be important to you. And you could be dealing with others that are very egotistic. I can't speak today. We've got the sun in Leo with fortune, so that's the current energy that we're in. All right, you could have been dealing with a lot of egotism in the season of Cancer heading into the season of Leo. All right, that's what I'm seeing here. So Mars technically was in the sign of Leo. Let me see. I want to say that was back in like the beginning of June before Mars ingressed into the sign of Virgo. So there could be some sort of negotiation taking place here overall. There's a choice that has to be made is what it's giving me here. There could be some sort of marriage counseling going on. All right, Jupiter has a lot to do with higher knowledge. So I don't know if you're like part of a research group or something like this. All right, this could be like a community of people. This could be a partnership, whatever this is. There's some sort of negotiation taking place here. Yeah, I feel like you're definitely focused on higher knowledge. I got Jupiter in Sagittarius. This could be about your principles or about how you want to live more of like a traditional life. All right. I see the energy of detachment. So you could be living separate lives from your spouse at this time. All right. There's this energy of escape. If you feel that you're off path with something and you're sacrificing or devoting yourself way too much for others, this is what you're negotiating. Whether family life is more significant for you, or if you're receiving a sense of egotism from other people, you're more so focused on your fortune at this time with the sun shining in Leo. All right, so there is a negotiation taking place here. I'm feeling like the sun and the moon, it's like the emotional and or the more masculine energy is trying to take over. So you could be heading directly towards your principles and focusing on that and remaining more detached from your lover or a friend or a specific community of people. And this allows you to escape from drama. But it kind of still feels like you're being submissive and or sacrificing and devoting yourself way too much for others. And it's not benefiting you in the long run. All right. So I see the moon in Aries and the moon in Sagittarius. Heavy fire energy here emotionally. So you can have like a sense of protection over something or someone, especially children. And then I'm seeing optimism. It's like you're not going to give up on this. You're going to go the long haul if you have spiritual strength. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's the achievement here. All right, romance could be on your mind at this time. And I see that being dominated, or someone trying to come in and dominate you away from what it is that you have to offer romantically, because it puts you in a sense of frustration from everything else that you've been dealing with. Yeah, so it makes you feel like you've got like a sense of loss. Rise and shine, babe. All right. Let's see what's going on in the home environment with the sun in Cancer. Again, this could have been taking place during Cancer season here into Leo season. All right, and now this is the point in time where we have some sort of negotiation. How are we moving forward in connection to your principles? Are you remaining detached? All right, are you escaping this energy of what you've been studying with your principles in order for you to move forward and have this achievement in love? Because it feels like overall you're being dominated right now. I'm seeing the woman involved in this sun and Cancer energy, which is divine feminine energy. Is this you and your egotism? All right, or others around you? It says increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. So I would imagine that you being on this spiritual journey has made you look like you're the one that has a sense of egotism towards others. All right, let's look at the sun and Leo energy and where your fortune is. I see you're happy here. All right, your happiness. So the 5th house definitely has a lot to do with your happiness, your joy, your contentment. It has to do with children, the way that you self-express, the way that you get creative. So now there's this decision that has to be made, and why the negotiation card is here. Hold on. Plenty of material things. All right, so material things is kind of giving me that's very practical life. All right, you are tapped into anything that has to do with the foundation that you're trying to build here. But why is it heading towards principles? Like, are you having to detach from these principles that you live by in order to live a life of plenty of material things? Because it seems like you're happy there. There's financial pinches because of what you do, being connected to your principles. Well, that's interesting, right? Because it's basically like you're choosing more of a spiritual life rather than a practical life. All right. So if you detach, it brings you in a sense of great good fortune. All right. That's what this is. This is about you living a spiritual life or living a life that you are able to gain lots of material wealth. Interesting. So let's see. Are you sacrificing way too much for others being connected to the spiritual journey? Because it's asking that you escape this, but you're in the sense of protecting it. Persevere and you'll overcome some sort of problem. So if your problem is that, all right, it's basically saying you have to walk away from it. Give me 1 second, you guys. All right, let's see. So protection and optimism. We've got marriage. So you're trying to protect something that you are already committed to. And it could be your principles, your spirituality, but that's what's causing the energy of the financial pinch for you. So the only increase that you're getting here has a lot to do with your spiritual growth. And to others, you're the one that's being egotistical. But you're happy in what kind of fortune you're bringing in for yourself. So right now, it's pretty much negotiated. Do you want material wealth and material things? Or would you rather experience the financial pinches? Because if you detach, that's when some sort of great good fortune comes in and you're able to persevere over this energy of sacrificing so much for others. But again, it's telling me that you're remaining committed. So how is it that you're achieving whatever goal? Okay, because it looks like Sun in Capricorn's energy is telling me you're getting ready to go after your specific achievements here. All right, November could be of significance for you. So that's Scorpio Sagittarius season. So earlier we saw December come in. All right, so it looks like if you've been experiencing losses, your change doesn't take place up until November, December. All right, Scorpio season, 8th house, 9th house, 10th house. It's going to kind of like lead you on the journey of when the sun enters Capricorn, you'll notice, okay, well, this is where I achieve my goal, or this is what I've been persevering towards, so I can get to the level of material wealth that I want to. But for whatever reason, I don't know if your lover is dominating you, because it's coming through as romance and then Mars in Sagittarius. All right, your lover is like dominating you. Or you're releasing yourself from romantic situations in order for you to go and thrive in the direction of your principles. Mars is like very assertive in the sign of Sagittarius. This would be like being assertive in higher knowledge and having to do with spirituality, but not forcing your ideals onto other people. All right, so let's look at the romance card. The romance card, you're dealing with a two-faced friend. So that's going to be the one that you were disappointed in. It's either the lover and or the friend. All right, so let's see. I mean, if you're highly connected to these principles and you have a spiritual union, which is very much true, because you would feel that intuitively you have someone that you connect to. That person is trying to keep you in financial pinches, or it's just the way that you see that. All right, so let's see. Domination here with Mars and Sag. Time to get out of a situation. You see what I'm saying? So it's basically like you needing to step away from your principles in order for you to attain some sort of material wealth. All right, it's kind of feeling like dark man. This person turns into someone that's very I don't know, I just heard outspoken. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what it means, but overall in this situation, there could be like a chain of events that are affecting your life, or the way that the transits are taking place as well, that you continue to experience loss. Because here's Saturn in Pisces. This is stepping in on September 1st. I mean, we're literally, what, 11 days away from that? 12 days away from that? So it's warning you about this material or financial loss. Let's see. Show me and clarify this woman's energy here. So right now the negotiation is, are you going after material things, or are you still on the spiritual growth journey? All right, so it looks like the woman is about to celebrate. All right, whether this is romantically, but the romance partner is the two-faced friend, so I will be careful. All right, increase in material wealth and or spiritual growth. A change for the better. So something will be changing. So let's see, in connection to the sun being in Leo right now, we've got 2 more days. Well, let's just say 1 day remaining. All right, with the energy of your happiness, it says you're getting good advice from a wise person. So I feel like someone's like forcing you to like let this go. All right, what's the negotiation card here in connection to material things coming your way? All right, you got triumph over troubles and obstacles. All right, so maybe you made it. Maybe you make this decision. Maybe you choose to go after more material things, and then it makes you feel like, okay, well, I've completed my spiritual journey. Something like this. All right, let me see the principles here in connection to why you've been receiving financial pinches. We've got someone extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. So is this person part of like your spiritual community that you feel stuck, or someone is very stubborn? They don't want to hand you over some sort of resources. So the minute that you detach, you get some sort of great fortune. Let's see. I mean, you're fully committed. Like, we got the marriage card out here. All right, like you're committed to your values of your spirituality. So yeah, this is what I'm saying. It would be something important such as a new job and or a raise. So if you detach and you go after a new job, this is how your bag comes in. You know what I mean? Like, that's how your resources come in. So you're going to persevere, and you're overcoming a problem, and where you choose to escape something that you've sacrificed so much for. All right. And it says here, you're going to just take a vacation, either physically and or mentally. So in this energy of marriage, you've got the protection card here as well as the optimism card. Let's see where this takes you. All right, it's like basically you learned how to keep your life in balance. Like, you've learned how to live a very spiritual life, and now this is about you living more so of your practical life. All right. So time to get out of a situation with domination. All right, so start something new, creative, like a fresh start is coming your way. That's what it looks like. Romantically, you see a two-faced friend. Yeah, temptation will test you. So whoever's surrounding you right now, I don't feel like they're really, I just heard interested. I don't think they're interested in you. All right, or whatever it is that you have to offer. This could be a Scorpio or a Sagittarius overall. All right, so that was coming out over top of the achievement card. This is like a goal that you've been trying to achieve with this person, living more so a practical life. Capricorn being seen as career as well. All right, so let's see. In the need of help, assistance, and or guidance. So maybe you're being guided to go achieve new goals. It says you're highly thought of. All right, so you could be a very important person to somebody. You could be very well known for something. You could have a lot of different skills. All right, that you feel if you go in the different direction, you could overall overcome whatever this issue is in connection to financial loss. Okay. And then we got feeling tied down or frustrated. So that was the very first card that came out. You're not happy about something here. A stubborn, aggressive friend, the Ram is here. So this could definitely be in Aries. Saturn is in the sign of Aries. Neptune is creating some sort of illusion surrounding Aries energy as well. So this would be like about the first house, about yourself. All right. And that being in review is like, are you restricting yourself from expressing exactly who you are to the world? All right, like the appearance that you put out to the world, it has a lot to do with you. But then it's also connected to you needing to live more so a practical life. All right. Good. One more spread out here. I feel like you're trying to release yourself from this very like restrictive type of energy. Like Saturn's been in Aries for a while. All right, and Saturn at the first degree of Aries, it speaks about the recognition of your potential. So it could be like you're trying to show the world who you are and other people not being in alignment with that or open to accepting who you are. So it could be very frustrating, especially if it has something to do with your spiritual values. And if it's basically saying that you're held back financially because of you being on a spiritual journey and you having to go in a different direction, more than likely it's going to make you feel like you haven't achieved your goals. All right, let's see. I don't feel that's exactly what that is though. I see the moon in Taurus here being exalted in that sign, the moon being exalted in Taurus. We just had a last quarter moon in Taurus, so there was something that was released overall in connection to values and to your creativity or the way that you create and self-express. All right, could have been changes in your finances, your possessions. Again, it has to do with your material gain as well. You're being cautioned here about something with Mercury and Virgo, how to be a little bit more analytical, efficient, all right, detail-oriented, bringing organization into your life. Could have a lot to do with the workplace. All right, so I'm seeing like earth energies now. So you're being cautioned and or warned about something before it actually hits. All right, so I feel like this has to do with work and your finances. Yeah, it has a lot to do with your riches. I see Taurus energy, second house, resources. All right, I'm seeing Mercury and Virgo, which is in its domicile here, having to do with your day-to-day routines. And I'm seeing Saturn in the sign of Capricorn having to do with your riches. So this is like long-term stability. It's giving me heavy earth energies. These are going to be things more so in your practical life and where you're being cautioned before something happens in connection to your you know, long-term stability. Let's see. Yeah. So I don't know if you're like looking into building some sort of enterprise with Jupiter and Aries here. All right. That could be the risk that you're taking overall. Let's see. We see, damn, there's a lot of energy here just coming out as either in its exaltation or in its domicile. So Mercury and Taurus exalted. I see the moon in Taurus exalted, Mercury in Virgo in its domicile, Saturn and Capricorn in its domicile, Mars and Scorpio in its domicile. It's like right now will be a great time for you to have a phenomenal achievement and seek some sort of revenge for the losses that you have attained overall. You've been putting in way too much charitable work with Saturn and Cancer. Again, sacrificing and devoting way too much of your time for others. Moon in Cancer. Now I'm seeing the energy of the detriment of Saturn and the moon in the sign of Cancer. This is something that you're doing from home. Are you running some sort of family business from home? That's what it feels like. You're being cautioned about your riches. So you starting something up or switching up something in the way that you do something from home. Yeah, like remaining adaptable to changes that are happening overall. Spirit's talking to me very, very clear right here. Show me this Mars in Scorpio energy. Flirtation. I feel like you're flirting with the idea to seek revenge over a specific lover. Let's just say someone makes you feel like they don't want you. They're two-faced, right? Look at this. Does someone sleep with someone else? That's what I'm saying right here. All right, does someone sleep with someone else? Or in this energy, a flirtatious energy with someone else? This could be with someone foreign, by the way. And when I say foreign, it's like you flirting with the idea of you having a spiritual soulmate, knowing that in reality, your romantic partner in your practical life is actually in your life. So there's discrimination here in the workplace because, like, technically you can't do that, right? It would be like, okay, well, while you're with the spiritual union, you have to remain detached from your person that is supposed to be, quote unquote, your spouse. And because you're detached from that person, that's when your good fortune comes in. There's something changing here in the Sun and Virgo energy. All right, stepping in the next 2 days. There's a heavy focus on your health. There's some sort of inheritance that's supposed to come through for you, but there's been some sort of resistance because see what I'm saying? There's two lovers at the same time. There's an inheritance that's supposed to be coming in for you. All right, but there's a sense of resistance here. The Mercury in Taurus's energy, this denotes work in like travel, transportation, the local community, if you're doing anything in the media. All right, and then we've got Venus and Gemini. So there could be like a deceptive courtship happening right now. This is interesting. Because why would there be discrimination in the workplace, right? This could be that you have a position of authority or responsibility over a specific group of people, or you're supposed to be helping someone learn something that has like, this person would have like learning difficulties. Like you being the one with the spiritual values or the knowledge that you've attained about what it is that you're connected to. And to others, it feels like, oh, well, you know, you're going to the extreme here. This is not part of your practical life, but you're just like, well, I guess I have to negotiate here some sort of opportunity moving forward, because Libra says that you have a partnership, but you're also probably married to a spouse. Okay? So you have to make a choice here. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Or what are you being guided to do? Let's just say it like that. What are you being guided to do? Discovery. I feel like you're going to continue to remain in this energy of receiving messages from the person that you're tapped to in higher power. Let's be clear. All right. Mercury in Sagittarius' energy says that you've discovered something. All right. There could be sudden changes that come in that are coming through unexpectedly. All right. You're receiving messages from abroad is what I'm getting. Like, let it guide you. Listen to your intuition. There's a heavy sense of power in your energy right now emotionally. This is like deep emotional feelings. All right. There could be a lot of jealousy or envy in the vibes as well. Like Moon in Scorpio is at its fall. So it makes you feel like definitely majorly extreme in the way that you express emotions. You're going to find out how somebody truly feels about you. Why is that? In this Venus in Cancer transit today, with the conjunction to the Moon in Cancer, there's going to be the birth of some sort of brand new friendship. This is the energy. The Moon in Cancer with a conjunction to Venus in Cancer. Look at this. All right. So you're going to feel this energy. You're going to feel this sense of friendship around you, and it's going to be in the home environment because it's in Cancer's energy. It's like, I don't know if this is a business from home are you building? It's a set enterprise. You're going to understand or sense what another person wants with this Jupiter Pisces energy. Jupiter and Pisces, that is like domicile. There's a lot of domicile energy in this one specific spread. Once again, Mercury, Virgo, Saturn, Capricorn, Mars in the sign of Scorpio. We got the Moon in Cancer here. We got Jupiter and Pisces. Like, this is big deal. Big deal. So what's going on with the revenge and the flirtatious energy? Why is that here? because it's connected to whatever it was that you were releasing back in that last quarter moon in Taurus. Being indecisive about a specific lover. If there's two lovers at the same time, or you just have many different options. Let me just look at this energy real quick. With this Venus and Sag energy. You can have many different options. It says a foreign lover or a holiday romance that blossoms, a marriage abroad. That's what I'm saying. I feel like this marriage is the marriage connected to your spirituality. So it's basically seen as a marriage from abroad. You remaining committed to this energy means that you have to detach from your lover here in the 3D, which then affects your finances and your practical life. This is a lighthearted flirtation just for the adventure, but it has to do with your spiritual values or your principles, should I say. So you're now indecisive about this, and Spirit's telling you have to make a decision. So you either have to let this go, or you have to let your person in your practical life go. Mercury in Capricorn's energy, organization. Venus in Scorpio. Are you in a part of like a secret organization? Yes, that's what this is. A secret organization. Okay? And it has to do with those that are visionaries, those that are, let's just say you're highly intuitive, or you're psychic, or, you know, you have some sort of ability. Let's just call it like that. So whoever it is that you're connected to in the secret organization as your quote unquote flirtatious lover, or this flirtatious friend that you feel this heavy emotional connection to, you're indecisive about this person or the person that you're with in your practical life. And more than likely, if you're with the person in your practical life, you're detached from that person. You guys are living separate lives at this time while you're dealing with this one person, so that you're not discriminated in your workplace. You see what I'm saying? Because this is about work. This is about what you do for your career if you're part of this secret organization. That's what I'm saying. You got to have some sort of order in the workplace, or this is what you were meant to do. Come in and bring some sort of order into your practical life once again. Oh, Lord have mercy. It's like you're submissive to somebody here. Caged in. All right. There could be a lot of manipulation taking place right now to remain submissive to this energy. All right. And you're on the energy of like feeling impulsive, or it's making you feel that way. Ouch. Can't deal. All right. So you have this energy of eccentricity. How are you utilizing that energy of eccentricity? So again, the Sabian symbol was speaking about utilizing your intellect and being in alignment with your spirituality as well, and your emotional states, so that you can feel that you're in harmony all the way around. How are you utilizing the energy of your eccentricity? I mean, you're going for it. There's lots of endurance there with the Sun in Scorpio. Saturn and Aquarius in its domicile, Sun in Scorpio in its domicile. I feel like you're exactly where you need to be. All right. You might be a little arrogant. A little arrogant in the way that you come across. All right. So Sun in Scorpio's energy has a lot to do with, again, deep emotional feelings, has a lot to do with, you know, secrets and the mysteries of the universe, and how it's a very like a transformational type of energy. It has a lot to do with organized religion. I mean, there's something about you bringing some sort of order into the workplace by being the eccentric one and being the one that has lots of endurance. Okay. So don't be manipulated, all right, or submissive to this energy that can come off to be a bit impulsive. Being submissive means that you have the opportunity to walk away from this if you wanted to. The manipulation card speaks about you, let's just say you're able to pry out other people's secrets and they don't like that. So in your energy, it comes off where you're a little bit too impulsive and trying to bring order into the workplace, and where you're eccentric enough. Your endurance is at an all-time high right now. All right. As an empath, I would imagine. So it's like, how much farther do you need to go in this energy? It's like it shows that you have some sort of innovative ability. All right. Yeah, heavy Aquarius energy is coming out here. I've got Saturn in Aquarius, Jupiter in Aquarius, the Sun in Aquarius. All right. All right, and it's right now, we're in the next couple days on the 27th, we're going to see Venus step into the sign of Leo. All right, so now that Venus is in the sign of Cancer with this conjunction today, there's this big friendship birth of, like, if this is a business enterprise or if this is the opportunity to start something new with this specific friend that's here, this foreign abroad friend. Okay. What was I looking into? Oh, I wanted to see Jupiter in Aquarius. So this innovation card, it speaks about work on an original idea, being involved with a new invention. It says an avant-garde group formed of benefit or to educate others, using ingenuity to help with the less fortunate. Wow. So you're part of a group of people here that are very innovative, and this is going to be this secret organization. You're supposed to be bringing change as an empath to one's practical life. Oh, I wanted to see Venus and Leo as well. So Venus in Leo is then going to oppose at some point Pluto in the sign of Aquarius. Pluto is bringing transformation in communities of people, right? 11th house is like those that are humanitarians, those that are supposed to be bringing change, major change. Venus's energy is a deep, dramatic love affair, a showy lifestyle, excessive luxury, and or some sort of extravagance or a show business. So if you're in a show business and you're doing something in the media, I'm going back to that Mercury and Taurus energy. It denotes work in the media. But in tarot, if we read it that way, it's like you're experiencing losses because you're attached to something that is on the other side. All right, basically you being attached to someone from abroad, being part of the secret organization, and being an empath and what you do for work, and utilizing the energy of your emotional state, your intellectual state, or your spiritual state to, I would imagine, remain on this journey connected to your, you know, your principles. Whoa, this is like big deal. So if you're supposed to be part of this, this is the reason why you're, I would imagine, happy here. Because earlier it says you were happy where you were with the Sun in Leo. It has a lot to do with your happiness. And if this allows you to self-express and create, then of course you're happy here. Of course you're able to put on some show business. The Sun in Leo likes to be in the spotlight, right? Whoa. I feel like you're exactly where you need to be. When we see this moon in Leo later on, oppose Pluto in Aquarius, it's going to bring a major shift. I guarantee you it's going to be in your practical life. Because those are your emotions. Like, whatever you feel, you're going to want to, like, confront that. And the opposition is never something easy to deal with. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's when the decision takes place. It's like, are you going to allow this transformation to happen? Or are you just going to be in the energy of, okay, well, I've appreciated whatever I was able to tap into here? Because the moon in Leo speaks about appreciation. There's something exciting that you find, whatever I would imagine makes you happy. Again, a lot of energy in its domicile. So Mercury and Gemini being here. So if you do something involving communication, it could involve travels. It could be something in your local community. All right, maybe you are a public speaker that you have to announce something. All right. Jupiter and Gemini, that's what I'm saying. You're supposed to be impressing people with some sort of knowledge here. Big deal. It's a major change. And doing something out of generosity. So this would be like you being seen as the leader or the teacher or the person that's very much experienced, and having to teach this to those that are younger to you or those that are inexperienced. There it is. That's going to be very much appreciated today. All right.